It's actually Monday, and we're actually doing a real day in the life. So usually you film on a Friday, but we're filming on a Monday today to capture everything business-wise, check-in, training, day in the life of Ben Bray. Calendar's a busy one, to be honest. It's a little bit of a later start. I didn't make the 5 a.m. alarm because my dog was very ill through the night. I gave him a new treat yesterday. He's just been sick all night, so sleep wasn't great. So we had a 7 a.m. start into check-in block 1. He's had a haircut. And then we'll get check-ins boxed off pretty much. We've got a big conditioning session today, which is called the Square of Death. I'll leave that to your imagination. And then we're into an evening of calls with social media manager, staff appraisals, and then welcoming new clients to the team.
How many check-ins do you try to get through on this first block?
I break them into 10s. So I'll do 10 on the first block, have some food, and then I'll do 10 on the second, so 20. I don't actually think there's 20 in today because I did some yesterday. So I think there's only, if I'm right, there's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So there's one short because I did a few yesterday. But at the minute, there's on top of that, there's 11 lads checking in every single day because I'm peaking 11 lads for the team photo shoot on Friday in the UK. So I actually travelled back to the UK on Wednesday this week to make sure I'm present for the first new gen shoot of the year. And it's in actual Chris Bailey's new studio. So I think we're the first group. It's open today, Chris Bailey's new studio, setting the standard. So people will have to follow if they're going to put a group shoot on and follow the standard. So I'm looking forward to it. I must say as well, I'm one of those people who falls behind with technology, but if you're not using ChatGPT, get on it. I'm in the process of making like a Ben bot. So anything that I do, I put into that. So it's like, what are you going to call it? A robot version of me. I don't know what I'm actually going to do with that, but I went to a business mastermind probably like 3 months ago. And they said if you build your own bot and you put everything into it, so like for example, if I have a SOP for business of how to complete a check-in and I bring another member of staff on or another coach, I can say, right, go to the Ben bot, look at the SOPs, see how I deliver check-ins, and it's like boom, all the training's there. I'm just trying to plan for the future. Standard operating procedures. I got told off somebody who's really successful in business at the mastermind to start building that out. So I've been doing that, and I just kind of say if I do a check-in, I'll just drop it in there and it gets how I speak. It's quite complex, but if you're not on ChatGPT, get on it because it is very helpful, but don't use it for stuff that is your personality. I see so many coaches using it to write captions and stuff, and it's like, come on, use it at things that are going to move you further forward in the future, in my opinion.
And don't use it instead of actual knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. Don't use it instead of actual knowledge. Like I see so many people, it's more captions I'm seeing on Instagram. And people, don't get me wrong, like I think it's good to get ideas from. Like say, for example, you're planning content and you come in and you just say, plan me 10 ideas of short form content about how to lose body fat. So you can then type that in and it says, here's a list of 10 short form ideas, top 3 fat loss myths, what I eat in a day to burn fat, 5 beginner friendly workouts, this is the best time to burn fat. So you can use it to like say, okay, that's quite a good idea, that's not, and work with it, but yeah, don't just copy it because it's not 100% correct. Morning, mate. Hope you had a lovely weekend. Thank you for the check-in. Definitely feeling the effects of the food now in terms of energy, performance, productivity. As you said, probably the best week we've had in some time. Just coming out of that initial dieting phase into the reverse and then into the off season now, energy levels and focus have been absolutely bulletproof, which is good. Now, and this Jordan needs to be where the baselines are set, mate. So obviously now we're already setting those baselines to improve. So this is where we're going to work up from, essentially. Yeah, 10 down into the infamous overnight oats. I'm not going to talk about it ever again. Well, look, this is how close to the detail I am. 9:05, check-in block 2. So we've got 10 minutes to eat these before check-in block 2. Probably will be a little bit longer, but really good momentum with the team at the minute. Like, obviously, I've been in this industry a while. And I think as a coach, you always have like a niche that you want to target. But I think when you're first getting into the industry, let's be honest, you just take anyone who comes. Because obviously you want to build a living and you want to be able to get results. But I'm in a position now as a coach where when I look at my roster, I've genuinely got the dream roster. Like nobody comes in and fucks about. It's like, right, let's get to work. Let's increase the standards. Let's build a physique and a life that I want to live. So like when I go through check-ins, it's like really fulfilling. And I think a lot of younger coaches might go through check-ins and think that, God, this is hard because the clients aren't sticking to the plan. But you just need to increase the standards, and you just need to make sure that people understand what the requirement is from the off. With the onboarding video or onboarding call, set the standard. So we're cooking up some pretty nuts results, and we're leading, so it's good. It's good. It's been a good start to the year. 10 gram of honey. Been on the same food since I stopped bodybuilding. Oh, yeah, there or thereabouts. I've added a bit of a. I've pulled back a little bit, to be honest, because I've got a wedding and I want to be able to fit in a nice suit for it. So I've pulled back on fruit. So I'm no longer eating like a kilogram of watermelon. I'm having probably 500. And then I have also removed a little bit of rice from some of the meals because I just felt like I was overeating for the sake of it. But other than that, we're still sat, and I've been sat at this weight for a while now. I think I'm about 81, so I'm sat at 81. But I'm going to say to Chris now, we've got 3 weeks in the UK. We come back, I'm going to do a turbo shred for Marbella 3 weeks, just so I look good for content. And then once I'm back from Marbella, I'm going to continue that diet and get as peeled as I can naturally. Because my hormones are all fully regulated now, so everything's back in whack. So I just want to let them sit for a little bit longer. I don't want to go into an aggressive deficit and bang my test back down to baseline. I want to get everything optimized and get them on the higher ends before I then start a natural photo shoot, which is aiming to be in the best shape of my life naturally by my birthday, which is in September. Meal 1 done, 5 minutes late. Into check-in block 2. Do some programming actually, because I've got a little bit of programming to do for a men's physique athlete. Come on then, are you coming in with me to do some work? So at NewGen now, we've had all our programs redesigned. What we do now is we have master copies and then we tailor them. We have like a 3-day split, 4-day split, 5-day split. But then what we do is we have each level and each phase that you will need to go through. So we have 4 examples. So in program 1, this is somebody who's going to come in. We've got no idea what training level they're at because we've not seen their training. So we call this phase establishing your foundation. So in this initial phase, we're setting the groundwork for the transformation. So the focus is on building the fundamental skills and competence, which allows them to safely and effectively increase intensity and volume in the upcoming weeks. So what we do then is the first initial weeks, we start off with reps and reserve. We review the form clips, and as we get to week 4 then, we sign it off and say, right, okay, so we're happy that we've established your routine and your foundation with your training. And then what we'll then do is we'll take them through what will be program 2. They'll then come on to program 2, which is elevating your training complexity. With a solid foundation in place now, what we do is we increase the complexity of the workouts. That will include exercises that require a higher skill level, which will generate more fatigue. So that will be obviously considerations with volume and application. And this all comes from going through the full physique development transformation with the client. So many coaches will just give a training program that they've been sent, that their coach gave them in a nutrition program. At NewGen, what we do very much different is we take the individual from start to finish. And then phase 3 is where we'll amplify volume through strategic supersets. So essentially, we're increasing the volume using agonist supersets. So you can see a lot of clients will work with coaches and they'll have the same training program for years, and that's fine. Like, that works. The science proves that. But what we're doing here is then we move on to the final program, which is program 4. We nail the strength focus mastery. So then they understand the program is designed to help build strength using simple sets. And then they've been through everything. They understand low volume, they understand high volume. And then what we'll do is we'll jump on a call and say, right, which program did you enjoy the most? What do you feel you got the most out of in terms of enjoyment and sustainability? This is where you're at level-wise, and then boom, we've got that full program design. So it's very unique what we've done there, and I don't think you can copy it. That's why I'm telling you, because it requires years of skill acquisition to be able to program like that. But this is something we've just rolled out now, and each of these programs has a video tailored to the individual as well. So we're going above and beyond because we've realized, even though we are industry leaders with results come from training. Like, you can follow a diet, but if you train like a piece of shit, you're only going to get so far. So if we can really bridge that gap as coaches with our clients to push them out of that comfort zone, to send form clips, to perfect their skill in their training, to get them to a competence level, then the physique's going to progress even further. 11:05, we're 5 minutes late to the gym. But what I do is I'll do my check-ins, and then obviously as the check-ins come back, there's always responses, so then I'll clear the responses. I turn everything off my phone, so basically put it in aeroplane mode, but I don't, because if you put it in aeroplane mode and you send, I mean, this volume of WhatsApp's probably over 80, you can get blocked on WhatsApp, so I just turn all my signal off and then clear all the WhatsApps and then turn it all back on, drive to the gym. So everybody's had a check-in response and then a response to their response to my check-in. And then we've got the hour of cardio now. It's probably going to be a little bit longer. I've ordered a pre-workout monster. Just had 300 gram of melon and an apple. And then we're going to hit a conditioning session. For a conditioning session as well. Probably spew that up in about 20 minutes. But I've not eaten, and it's 11:45, so I'm probably not going to eat for another few hours. So it just fills the tank a little bit. Right. See you, Crunch. In a bit, Claude. No, I've not been in there on Privily, but it is definitely on Privily, I think. Oh, we're here. I did think.
I like that, definitely,
I think.
What is Privily, for those that don't know?
So you pay a subscription per month and you can get like beach clubs, fitness classes, gyms, paddle, water parks, recovery, everything. So I'm going to go to the gyms. The Palm, Reset. So we're only at the Palm, so we've got to go further. Fitness First, Al Barsha, Fitness First, Warehouse Gym, Spring Suit. That's actually a really good gym, to be honest. Warehouse Gym, Jumeirah Park. I do love that one.
There you go.
Let's actually see if it's got any CrossFit IROC stuff, because I can't see any. Oh, shit.
I'm not convinced.
I don't see any.
I don't know whether it does.
It doesn't have any. So we was going to do, GigaFit. No, we was going to do 7, and then Chris can't get a day pass because getting in gyms in Dubai is hard. And then GigaFit actually has no conditioning. I thought it had ski ergs and things, so that has nothing like that. And then I was like, right, let's go to Warehouse Jumeirah Park. Doesn't have the bikes we need. So now we're on the way to, where is it? Train SF. Train SF. So 4th gym. Hopefully this one prevails. Just for a conditioning session. Should have stuck to bodybuilding. That was a simple days. But on a positive note, it's only midday. Detour. We're not going to train SF. We're going to go to Chalk now. Chalk will be empty. It's the best conditioning gym, and it's literally on my doorstep. So we're heading to Chalk, and then we might get a nice post-workout coffee after. Tradition. So yeah, see you at Chalk. So I've actually changed the square def. So the square def is like obviously square 4 stations.
Oh, where are we? We did get.
Yeah, we're in Chalk. So we're meant to do the rower into the C2, into the ski, into the Echo bike. But I'm not gonna lie, like the Echo bike just ruins me and generally takes me so long to get to that amount of calories. So I'm not amazing at wall balls. I'm good, but I'm gonna do wall balls. So I'm gonna do row, 10 calories, bike, 10 calories, ski erg, 10 calories, 10 wall balls, and then we go 20, 30, 40, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. 70-minute time cap. Probably not gonna do that, but God loves a tryer. Right, let's get into it. $68.51. I don't know who does that with the Echo bike in 70 minutes, but fair folks. But we timed the gym a little bit shit today, so I'm absolutely starving, and I've just burnt 1,100 calories with an average heart rate of 166. So I feel like the more wall balls I do, the more lightheaded I feel. So I'm going to finish it, but I'm just going to do around 30 now, and then I'm done. And then food. Yeah, I need a fucking big meal. I am starving. But that's why I think a lot of the world are going conditioning high rock space, because you can eat a lot, You can train hard, you can look fucking good. So it's a lifestyle. Whereas with bodybuilding, I love it, but you're either one extreme to the other. Big ugly off season, hating how you look, or dieting down, feeling skinny. So I think the future is with high rocks and conditioning. That's why I believe I heard a statistic, the fastest growing sport in the world at the minute. I can see why. Let's get back and eat some food because I'm starving.
What?
Meal 2 at 2 o'clock. Zonked, get your meal timings right. Don't do a me. We've got 300 gram of potato, 150 chicken, and then I am going to have 150 tomatoes because it's an intense session that. This is the thing, like with conditioning now, like you can't just chase an aesthetic look because like now I'm absolutely starving. Will that fill me? Probably not. You've got to fuel for performance. Like if I go in and do a strength training session for an hour, I might burn 500, 600 calories. I literally burn, by the end of it there, 1138. Still got 10k steps on top of that today. Sometimes it's double sessions where it's conditioning and weights. So it's a tough gig, but I'm enjoying it. Mr. Hungry. Caffeine intake's high at the minute because I've got a staff appraisal. I've got a call with the social media manager, and I'm actually taking a few consultation calls this week. So I'm on a few consultation calls this evening, and then I do have a few late check-ins. So probably wrap up at around 8 o'clock tonight, which is very, very late. But that is a usual day, so I'm just going to have a coffee. And I learned something amazing last week that has changed the whole game for me. So I've been talking around coffee a lot. Now, I used to get the regular almond milk and put it in this and wonder why I made a coffee and it curdled. I was like, what the hell is going off? So now I get the barista almond milk. I'll show you. 25 calories per serving. So if you're in a fat loss phase, quite good. But I get this one. The only downside is you do need to drink it after 5. Open it.
What would normal almond milk be? Calories?
Unsweetened or probably similar. But I didn't realise this is what they use in coffee shops. So I always get the standard almond milk, and I was like, putting it in the whisk, and it was coming out. I was like, surely this is not right. Now I've found the key to success. So this is what I mean by empty calories. Like I'm not trying to get lean, I'm not trying to get shredded, but I still weigh everything. So I just did 150. So that'll be like, if we're looking 25 calories, probably 40 calories that. But I still weigh everything because I want to know what's going in. So if I have one of those a day, then I know exactly that I've had, I've had 25 calories in my coffee today. A lot of people in fat loss phases don't realise. They'll be like, yeah, I'll just go and grab a Starbucks from Starbucks. I'll get full fat milk, 200 calories, bang, times 7. Like, you've just literally piss your deficit up a wall. That's why you've got to be smart, calculated. I used to have low fat milk till I found this, and this is actually nicer now. So we'll have 1 or 2 of these a day at the minute, and a Monster. Even though the Monsters definitely have not been in every day, but when I'm in the UK and they're back down to £2 or £1.59, they will be back up at daily. Can't cut the Monsters. Like I'm all Whole Foods now, Anna Claude. All Whole Foods. Look at this. Squares bars. No, I had one yesterday for the first time in 4 months, and I can confirm. I remember why I put them in people's diets. 10-10, especially the chocolate one. But we'll have this. We'll make Chris a coffee, and then get into probably a 6-hour work block after an hour conditioning.
Bless. It's also got another YouTube film.
Yeah.
As well as this one.
And another YouTube. And walk my little pooch. This is actually the reality. Hair's fucked. Oh. So this is actually the reality. Hair's fucked. I ain't had a shower yet. Got hundreds of WhatsApps. Then we're planning another YouTube now. So we're just getting that typed out and making sure that's all good. And then we're good to go. The life of an online coach, non-stop. But I wouldn't change it. Right, let's get into this. Kidding. Just filmed a big YouTube there. Just for people, what I'm trying to do with YouTube at the minute is I'm going to have like 1 personal video so you can keep up to date with my journey. Yeah. And then we want to bring vlogs in, but being honest, just haven't got the time. When I'm back in the UK next week, I'm going to vlog the photo shoot. Well, this week. So that's going to be a vlog, which is going to be quite good because you seem to love the vlogs. And then we're doing like one educational video as well. So like that is just to add value to people who are coming to the channel. They can keep up to date with me, they can understand me, but they can also take a significant amount of value in terms of training, nutrition and application. So that was just that video there, nice sit down one, talking you through what you may be doing wrong in the gym if you're not seeing progress. So stay up to date with that. But we've just got a call now with my social media manager. It is half free, so this is usually when people are winding down, but I pick up momentum. So we've got a call now, then I have another call at 4, then another call at 4:30, then another call at 5:30, then another call at 6:30. And then I do have some work to do late this evening. So it's a busy one, but good job. I'm sending it on a stag do on Friday. It's a short week this week. Not that I'm excited, but I'm pretending I am because I'm actually going on a stag do with all my day one mates. And the ruthless, so I'm dreading it. But this is where we run through the social media, to be honest. Now this is not for my social media, this is just for New Gen. So the mission really is like, obviously Ben Bray as a personal brand at the minute is really strong. New Gen as a brand is really strong, but my mission now is to make it even stronger through its presence on social media. So obviously we're known for our results and our really high level of coaches on the brand, but I want to get the personalities across of the coaches more into the brand. I want to make sure that we're adding so much value as a team, not just as Ben Bray. So that's the mission at the minute. So we've got a social media manager and basically we plan a month in advance. So all the content for April is already scheduled. This page was probably getting posted on like once or twice a week. And we took it from like 3,900 followers to 4,500 in a few weeks. So it's been quite successful. So we'll just review the performance of the page now. And then obviously the upcoming content plan ahead of May. So let's get into it because I'm late.
Just laying that down by the side of me, but I think he's fine.
And then some blueberries just to fill a gap because that conditioning session ruined me. What are you laughing at?
You wear your Skims pyjama bottoms all the time.
Yeah, and then I have put my pyjama bottoms on because that conditioning session ruined me. Funny thing is, Claudia takes a make because she's got about 50 pairs of pyjamas and I've got one.
I tried to get him loads of different colours though, didn't I?
And she got me the worst checkered ones that some granddad would wear. But we're going to have this before the calls, some nice fuel. Anyone in a dieting phase, if you're like struggling and you want a little snack, that's probably like 200-300 calories. This is a go-to.
What time are you on?
4 o'clock and Chris has been here since 7. So I'm going to take over now on the Osmo.
If there's no more footage, then you know you didn't.
Yeah, if there's no more footage from this point onwards, I'm useless. I'm going to take the little man for a walk. He's not been too well today. And then wrap up for the day. I might show you actually the new additions to the apartment. In fact, yeah, I will. So I'll show you the new additions, the new media wall, the new bedroom. Because actually in my vlog, when I released the apartment, I didn't want to show the bedroom, whereas now I'll show it. So, say hello. There we go. Right, Chris is gone. It is now 7:10. All calls boxed off. Nearly finished work. I've got some WhatsApps to get back to, and then just one more program to get finished. So it's going to be a late one, but we need to take Crunch on a big walk. But before that, I'm going to show you the upgrades to the apartment firstly. So here we have it. So we've still got Claudia's desk here, but we had the media wall fitted. Don't judge the size of the TV. It's 50 inch.
Married at first sight.
Yeah, all married at first sight. This is going to be a new TV. Let's say 65 inch, but I didn't realise with a wall fitted it would look that small. But it is what it is. And then we've got the little floating drawers, and then is the bedroom clean? So let's have a look. I need to turn the lights on. We've had another wall in the bedroom. This was the room that I wanted to get right, even though all I do is literally just sleep in this. And I can't see. Right, there we go. I think this is the most impressive room in the gaff now, to be honest. This is a man's touch, by the way. This was all my ideas. Bump. So you've got new rug, new bed, floating bedside drawers, little feature wall here. And then I'll not show you this part because we need a new TV. But same little vibe throughout. I want a new mirror. It's a mirror, I'm that big, it doesn't actually fit me in. Look, the closer I stand up. Well, it actually does in the camera, but I can't see my head. But yeah, that's the gaff. Gonna walk the little man now, because he's not gonna be happy in a minute. So, I must be the only person who could get a dog that don't like being walked, but he likes other dogs. But we can't work out if he doesn't like being walked, or it's just too hot for him. So it's getting hotter in Dubai now. We have to walk earlier and walk later. But he had a fresh trim yesterday, so I'm hoping it's not the heat, because otherwise it's going to be a long old summer for the boy. And I'm now 3 years into my YouTube journey and Claudia still laughs at me when I vlog. Come on, where are you going? Are you going to walk today or not? Captain? Off he goes, onto the beachfront. He has a certain walk that he likes, and it's probably about 400 metres long, so we just do about 20 laps of it. And I actually used to like, and I think I've spoke on previous vlogs, my harbour walk, but Crunch don't like me doing that, so what Crunch wants, Crunch gets, eh? In other news, this is probably the first time that I'm ever travelling back to the UK, and I'm not like as excited. Like, I can't wait to see the clients and do the shoot and see the family, but I think I'm just a little bit, everybody who watches this channel will know that I'm a man of routine, and I'm gonna go home. I've got no gym membership, I've got no car, I've got no office, and I've realised in life, when I'm out of my routine, I'm not my best self. So I'm just trying to remain positive and remember the memories I'm going to make with my family. I'm going to see my nephew, I'm going to see my niece, I'm going to be able to see my mum, my dad, my stepmom, my stepdad, my brother, my family, catch up with friends, and just use it as a little holiday. But of course, there's still plenty of work to be done. But yeah, it's a weird feeling. Whereas when I first moved here, I was so excited to get home. But I really have now built a life out here that I love. I think a lot of people move to Dubai and they really kind of showcase Dubai and the lifestyle, and they don't actually love it. And that was me probably for the first year or two. I didn't never showcase a lifestyle because I've never lived that Dubai lifestyle, but I just felt I missed home all the time. And I think 2.5 years now, like, I'm really grateful for the life that I've got in Dubai, the things that I have in Dubai, and yeah, can't see the future anywhere else yet. So it's a nice feeling to have that. I think the little man's walking a little bit better. He's chasing me, so that's positive news. And that is a wrap, team. It is, didn't realise the time actually, 20:55. Final task of the day that I always do is I'll do my check-in tracker. So make sure every client is checked in and make sure every client has had feedback. That way, everybody's had the feedback, everybody's watched the videos, everybody's had to chase if they've not checked in. I'm fortunate enough at the minute where pretty much every client checks in, so it makes my life very easy. But that's what a typical day in the life looks like. Starts at 5 o'clock, finishes at 9. Of course, there's a gym and things in between, but it's busy. But it's a privilege each and every day, and we'll get up tomorrow and we'll do the same. Looking forward to getting back to the UK and seeing all my family. I know, like I said, I'm not excited, but I am looking forward to catching up. And then we'll be documenting the shoot. So I've got a nice backlog of content, but I'm going to be doing a couple of vlogs in the UK. So I'm going to travel back. I'm going to vlog all the travel back, see my parents, seeing the family, catching up, and then to the shoot. Where when I say this, we are producing, and you will see this on the next video, an absolute ridiculous standard at the next group shoot with New Gen. And that's what we're known for now, elite level results. And that's because we increase the standards of clients and how they think, how they operate. Create and stretch that vision. That's what life's about. Whatever you think is possible, 10x it. And that's what we do very well at New Gen. So as always, team, thank you for watching. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the UK.